to see this young teenager like maneuver through life and try to get understanding and also take the foundation that she was given from her loved ones, and really watch her evolution and how she affected the community as a young person. I thought it was like a really beautiful told story. And not that everything that happens in it is beautiful, but the evolution of life and the way you see people develop and come together and overcome the darkness was what I really was drawn to. I wanted to be a part of it. It's important for me to be a part of it because, you know, I've learned that in telling stories, you can change people's lives. And you can enlighten people, you can let them connect with us as human beings. Like when I say us, just other human beings who may not have interaction with this community, with the Black community, or, you know, wherever you come from, you get to express life and connect with human beings through storytelling. And I've been able to be a part of some important stories, and this is a very important story that I wanted to be a part of and it's necessary to be told. We kind of see things in similar ways because, like, I've come from the community, but I've also seen other things in life. So I expose her to those things, and you know, we have real honest conversations, and she's been a wise, you know, you could have that. You could have a child or a teenager give you a lot of wisdom. That's what Starr is to Carlos, and Carlos tries to return that wisdom through example and through the love he shows her. He obviously cares about the life of Khalil, and he has a compassion and an empathy for his niece and her being involved in it. And the loss of life for a young person, a young Black kid, is any human being, but for a young Black kid in the neighborhood to lose his life like that, he feels that. But he also has another perspective just because he's been on the other side. I really believe George is a visionary who is very connected to the story and really cares about the people, the characters, and the people that this represents, and the dialogue that's happening in our country and in the world when it comes to this subject matter. And I believe he has a brilliant perspective and way to tell it that's going to make people experience it, enjoy it, connect with it, feel the humanity, and I think walk away feeling like they want to do something better in life and go out and do better in the world. It had a lot of heart to it. It made me think about our lives and just human beings and like what we can go through and like things that we, the walls we put up towards each other, and it made me think about breaking down some of those walls and just some of the pain that, you know, that a lot of people have to experience, and it made me feel closer to humanity in a way when I watched it, and also, you know, I felt touched by it. It had a lot of heart. George Tillman, our director, really prepared us to be able to be as true as possible to who these people we are expressing in film. Like he gave us sessions where we just got to discuss who these characters are in our relationships, and also just like relate to one another as the characters, which was really powerful for me as an actor, that experience. And I think, you know, from each actor who was a part of it, I think we all could appreciate like really thinking about the dynamics, and I really believe that everyone who participated valued the work, valued what this movie is, what the book is, what this means to society. So we all came in like, we got to bring our heart, soul, and our A+ game, and I think George was the visionary who made sure that it all aligned so that that vision for each actor could really become one whole story and picture, and we all on the same vibe, really. Code switching is something that many of us do, but I think the most important thing is whatever the code is, you got to be true to who you are, true to what you believe in, have some morals when it comes to that. And I think this movie like brings those things right to your face. Like, hey, Carlos is from the Heights, the same neighborhood that Starr and the whole family is from. So to go out and eventually become a police officer, any community, especially when you're dealing with like black communities in many ways, obviously for justified reasons, a lot of times police officers are looked at as opposition.
When I first read it, I was really intrigued by the idea of this young lady finding her voice. I think in 2018, not only young girls, but young boys need to realize that their voice matters. I think it's great. I saw the movie and I was emotionally moved. I think as a generation, it's time that we stand up and start taking responsibilities for our communities and take them back. We're at a point now as a country, not even a country, a world, where the divide is growing larger. And you know, when I read the script, I realized I was a part of it as well. I was the enemy as well. Anybody can throw money at a problem. Anybody can donate to a charity. But the only thing that's more important than your money is your time. And kids in the neighborhood and kids struggling, they need to see your face. They need to feel your hand. They need to know that you're an actual person and you came from this and look what you grew up to be. The thing is that I love about King and the way he's written in the book and the way he's portrayed in the script for the movie is he doesn't believe what he's doing is wrong. You know, if you're in a community with no jobs, with no opportunities, you're going to create jobs. We are a people of survival. You know, if I'm living here and it's better over there, I'm gonna go over there. You know, so I love the fact that he feels like what he's doing isn't wrong. He's providing a service. Mav is played by the great, the immaculate Russell Hornsby. And I've known Russell for almost 20 years now, and because we started together in New York. And it's just, you know, he's one of those people where every time you hear Russell's in a project, you know it's going to be a quality project. Starr in the movie is a young girl who lives in a not-so-good neighborhood, and her parents send her to what they consider to be this private, affluent, well-to-do school. But she has to walk that line between her reality and her opportunity. And, you know, putting a kid in that position can be very turbulent, because they have to figure out who they are in a world where they don't fit into either. I hope it invokes a response. I hope it invokes a conversation. I hope, you know, kids in high school should watch this movie just like police should watch this movie and realize all police ain't bad, just like all kids in the hood ain't bad. You know, and once that conversation happens, I think it would be a fair and neutral playground for those two groups to meet.
Hi there, I hope you liked the video. Now I have to be quick on this one as I'm trying to set a record. Did you know the shortest performance to win an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor was Anthony Quinn's 8-minute tour de force as Gauguin in the 1956 movie Lust for Life? Meanwhile, the shortest performance to win an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress was Beatrice Strait's 5 minutes and 40 seconds performance in the 1976 film Network. Yes! Well, looks like a bit both of them. So if anyone from the Academy is watching, you know where to find me. Oh, by the way, my name is Valeria. Now, remember, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. See ya!